Hey guys, welcome to this Destiny 2 Beginner's Guide, where we're going over a whole bunch of different things you should know if you've not played the game before. In this series, we'll be looking at loads of stuff, including the Destiny 2 story and setting so far, so just an overview, enemies, races and race types, the players and the in-game classes, leveling and powers, exploration and activities, weapons, armors, exotics, weapon and armor perks, stats and mods, loot and engrams, and weekly resets, clans, and the crucible. But that's just the things that we have so far. In this video, we're going to look at the first thing, and that is the story and the setting for the game. If you want to know more about Destiny 1 and look at the lore and story in far more depth, then there are plenty of excellent videos on YouTube already. This is just a quick guide so you can understand the game, but not be bombarded by like 3 years of info. As always, if you enjoy, hit the like button and we can jump into this. So Destiny and Destiny 2 are both set in the far future, in the wake of an event known as the Collapse. This event was the end of humanity's golden age, an era of scientific marvels and industry, brought on by the arrival of the mysterious Traveler. Unfortunately, the four races of the darkness wanted the Traveler's light for their own, and their invasion of Earth brought about the end of humanity. Well, almost anyway. The last humans survived in the last city, sheltered by the Vanguard, leaders of the undead Guardian who channeled the Traveler's light to protect the city. And Destiny 1 is set in the last city, in a part of it called the Tower. So that's just a very basic overview of the main story for Destiny 1, and there's much more leading up to the start of Destiny 2 of course. The main campaign of Destiny 2 though is about the Red War. It kicks off when the Red Legion, an elite force of Cabal, one of the game's main enemies, and led by their commander Lord Dominus Gall, invades Earth, or more specifically the Tower, which in Destiny 1 is the main social hub and the place where most of the in-game missions are received. The attack is successful and the Vanguard, humanity's last protectors, are driven from the last city. Gall locks the Traveler in a strange sort of cage, severing the Guardian's connection to the light, and explaining why we start the game without most of our powers and weapons in Destiny 2, since most of the Guardian's power comes from the Traveler. Our quest in Destiny 2 is to combat Gall and win back the light, which will take us around the solar system, exploring many places, and 4 in particular. The first one is Earth, and the main location of where humans live. On Earth, the center of human occupation shifts from Destiny 1, and players will be exploring the European Dead Zone rather than the Cosmodrome in Old Russia. It's the largest destination in any Destiny game, and it's twice the size of any area in Destiny 1. It features a lush forest, abandoned town and cave system, as well as a Red Legion base. This is also where you'll find the new social space, the Farm, which replaces the Tower from Destiny 1. Next is Titan. A moon of Saturn, Titan is a marine planet with no surface landmasses. Players will explore a series of crumbling Golden Age relic platforms, which were once the site of Utopia. Commander Zavala, the Titan Vanguard, is set up here. Next is Nessus. In our time, Nessus is an icy minor centaur planet, but in Destiny 2 it has been almost completely terraformed and taken over by the Vex, which is another of the game's main enemies. It's a land of majestic canyons and bursts of colourful vegetation, lashed together with inexplicable Vex caverns. Cade 6, the Hunter Vanguard, is located here in Destiny 2. Finally, you get Io. Io is the last place the Traveler touched before the Collapse, and is sacred to warlocks, which is why you will find Ikora Rey here, hanging out on one of Jupiter's moons. Now tainted by the presence of troops of the darkness, it's a land of strange technological wonders. Destiny 2, unlike Destiny 1, will be much bigger and tell many more stories. In Destiny 1, most of the non-main mission stories were told in Grimoire cards, which is text that you can read online. In Destiny 2, the lore will be told through side missions, and each of the new locations is a home to a ton of exploration and activities. According to the game's design lead, Steve Cotton, he says, "There's stories to chase in each of these worlds. There's the campaign story, reclaiming your power and your home, but then each world has a character in the world that has their own story to tell, and you do things for them. And so each of these adventures is telling a story in its own. The lost sectors you find when you discover dungeons and bosses, you make your own stories as well as a player." As far as lore, well, there are lore objects to scan and collect and find throughout the world. We wanted to put all the lore into the game, no more Grimoire cards, just all the lore in the game in the form of missions. So that's just a quick overview of the theme of the game, the story, and the plot for Destiny 2. Dominus Gall, the Cabal commander, envious that the mysterious Traveler imbued humanity with the powers and not his own race, decides to strip humanity of this gift. Attacking Earth, he scatters the last main human strongholds, splitting its 3 main Guardian commanders to separate parts of the solar system, where you you must seek them out after the tower fails. Along the way, unlocking the mysteries and secrets of these planets and moons, unraveling the stories that many characters on them have, and trying to get back the powers lost given by the Traveler. So guys, that's it, a quick beginner's guide to the story, setting and plot for Destiny and Destiny 2. Anyway guys, if you find this video useful, let me know in the comments below. If you want to see more quick beginner's guides for loads of other stuff and more Destiny 2 videos, subscribe and turn on notifications, and I will see you all next time.